narrow residential street as opposed to
yeah,
Sherman
definitely.
Way. It's certainly not Sherman Way. This is oh, look at this.
Yeah, I believe this is Sylvan Street, and yeah, all of a sudden now he's kind of, acting like a totally normal person, but I'll widen out, you can see there, I think maybe for a moment he thought that he had ditched the police on the ground, but he certainly is not. They're just kind of keeping their distance. This is what they do when they get into tracking mode. They want to try to calm the suspect down because, we've seen it so many times when they're in a really aggressive pursuit, the driver, gets really agitated and can take off and act incredibly recklessly. So that's why they typically go into tracking mode if they can, and then, look for a good opportunity. Maybe, if this person gets out and runs, or if they, perhaps drive it down, a dead end or something like that. But again, spike strips, always a good idea if they're able to, if this is someone who is driving, basically down the same street.
Mm-hmm.
So I suspect we may be seeing that. We already saw, this last pursuit that we were covering, that one ended with spike strips. So it's definitely one of LAPD's preferred methods of ending a pursuit.
So right now, this pursuit in tracking mode, Desmond, very interesting. I thought when they went into tracking mode, it was strictly from the helicopter, but in this case, definitely they let the driver know. They're very visible. I mean, we can see the blue lights reflecting off that Winnebago there on the right.
Yes, yeah, they're actually not too. Go ahead, Pat. Yeah, they're not too far behind at this point.
I don't want to laugh. I'm not trying to do that, but either this guy is driving this slowly on purpose, or he's running out of gas. I mean, look at how slow he's going. He's going so slow.
Yeah, or he might even be that impaired. I mean, this is a DUI wanted. That was the original call. The suspicion of why they were trying to pull this person over. So they must have seen him, swerving in lanes or weaving in and out of lanes or something like that. But yeah, you're right. He's just kind of coasting at this point. I mean, maybe the suspect is looking out for spike strips. We saw one of the chases earlier today where they were alert and dodged several spike strips. So always difficult to wonder. Maybe he's in an area he knows and he's getting ready to get out and run. Sometimes we see him just all of a sudden get out and run they leave the car and drive, and they get out and run as fast as they can. So we could see anything really at any point. But we're down a pretty dark street. And I thought maybe it was a dead end, but no. Looks like it does continue here. I believe we're making a westbound turn ever so slowly, creeping along through the Van Nuys area.
I mean, at this point, does he even have his, I guess he does. It almost looks like he doesn't even have his foot on the gas there. But as you mentioned, anything could happen, Desmond, and we've practically seen it all. We've seen quite a bit tonight. This has been a very news night in terms of breaking news and these types of situations. Look how close he got to that vehicle.
Yeah, really close. Yeah, it looked like he almost clipped mirrors there. That was kind of ridiculous. I think we're right up against the Orange Line busway. I believe on the left, that dark strip there, I believe that's the busway, and this is Vesper Street. I believe they just called out. So we're between Van Nuys Boulevard and Sepulveda, in a little neighborhood that's kind of mixed residential and industrial, and then the bus line is right there as well. I'm thinking this may be a Nissan Murano. I believe an SUV, not entirely sure, but yeah, kind of a weird one, just kind of coasting along. DUI suspect. They are right back there, maybe 50 feet or so, primarily looking from the air and maybe thinking about using some spike strips at some point.
Well, Juan, Desmond is certainly, I mean, you can probably lay down several at this point as slowly as this person seems to be driving. Interesting, they didn't stop at the stop sign there. Well, they passed the stop sign.
Kind of rolled through it there. This is actually driving below the speed limit, and looks like some cars there were blocking his way if he tried to go left. So he made a right-hand turn there. Again, the streets are dark. There's no way for him not to know that they want him to pull over. And as far as we know right now, just a very slow pursuit there in the Van Nuys area.
But he picked up some speed, guys. Did you
just
notice
a little,
that?
right?
Now he's driving slowly again. But as he made that turn, he seemed to pick up a little bit of speed.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It looked like he wanted to take off.
Here we go again, yeah.
Then he stopped, and now he just went through another red light there. So he's already gone through several of these, and one of them at pretty high speeds. It looked like we were getting speeds above 50 miles an hour really briefly there on Van Nuys Boulevard. Then as soon as he turned down the residential street, he slowed way, way down. Almost, to me, just from what I've seen all the years covering these pursuits, it was kind of looking like he was wanting to get out and run, but he decided not to do that and to continue and work northbound on Kester, but still kind of hanging out in the same area. Really haven't left the same maybe 1 square mile area at this point. So just kind of going around in circles here as we come up to Sherman Way. Wait, no, actually we're back up to Victory Boulevard. So yeah, I mean, he was already on Victory earlier. He's going to be coming back to the intersection where he blew through the red light before. Just out here, wanted for DUI and not giving up, Pat Juan.
Yeah, no doubt. And as far as we know, it's just one occupant, Desmond. I'm looking here at the notes from our assignment desk. Just one person inside that car right there. So that seems to be the case right now, going very slowly there on the streets of Van Nuys. A driver wanted for suspected DUI. Other than blowing some red lights, we haven't seen too many crazy maneuvers. There was that one time when we saw him get very close to another parked car, but that's basically it. This would be, as you mentioned, a great opportunity to throw down those spike strips and get this car to slow down at this rate of speed, but right now it just seems officers behind them, officers in the air. Here we go, another intersection blowing right through that. And luckily, traffic, at least right now in the Van Nuys area, not too heavy.
No, but you know what? I believe Desmond, before we went on the air with this, was he driving faster and more recklessly?
I believe so, and that's probably why LAPD went into tracking mode. That's usually what causes them to do it. There's kind of this critical 5-minute period from where a pursuit initiates, and kind of from that point up until LAPD is able to get one of their choppers overhead to get eyes in the air. That's a very kind of precarious time for these pursuits, because there are many times where people find it hard to believe, but where these suspects will accelerate, and if there's only one unit in the pursuit, they sometimes do get away. And because they don't have those eyes from the air, it makes it difficult. So a lot of times, once they get the eyes from the air, they may just want to back off and primarily watch it from the air, and then kind of gauge what the person is doing. See him kind of, weaving kind of from side to side a little bit there. Back at Van Nuys Boulevard, and once again, turning back westbound. And, that was kind of pretty close there.
Yeah, he's been doing some jerky movements here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, wanted for DUI. And, I mean, it was kind of looking like it there, just the way he nearly ran into the back of that vehicle for no reason. So,
now he's got pedestrians out there looking at him.
Yeah, I have noticed people out here in the Van Nuys area are obviously seeing this televised and wanting to come out and see this. And Pat, we've seen it so many times, especially when they kind of end up hanging around the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
People see this on TV. They hear the choppers outside, and they want to come and get a look for themselves. Sometimes they get way too close. Everybody wants to get video to put on their Twitter or their Instagram or Facebook or what have you. And so these pursuits that kind of run in circles like this end up becoming a spectacle. And that's why, we hope that LAPD will shut it down soon, either with a spike strip, or the traffic has been light enough on some of the bigger streets that they could do a pit maneuver. But in one of the other pursuits, I heard them actually saying that they thought that the suspect was going too slow for the pit maneuver to be effective. So sounds kind of strange, but if that's the case, then ironically the slow speeds could prevent LAPD from doing that pit maneuver. But they could certainly do some spike strips here, especially because he just keeps circling the same streets around here, Pat Juan.
Desmond, do you see any damage to the front tire? Just unless it's the reflection from the helicopter, but any damage to one of those tires?
Yeah, kind of. Boy, hard to say.
Right?
Juan, it does look like that. It does kind of look like the front driver's side
is a little
might
flat.
Be.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm actually hearing them talking about a spike strip now. Oh, look at this.
There we go.
Is this going to be over?
Hands up.
Looks like it. You know what? We were on some dark streets there.
He could have gone over
there must have been a spike strip. Yeah, it must have been a spike strip there that happened really quickly on a dark street, and that just shows you how good LAPD can be at doing that. That they even evaded us up here from the air. But you're right, very observant. Juan, looks like there was a spike strip. It was successful, and that's all it took. This guy to give it up. He looks like he's suddenly complying.
And you know what, guys?
Got his hands behind his back.
He's walking pretty good for being.
Yeah, that's right.
Look at him walking backwards. He's walking pretty well for being impaired or whatever they thought.
Yeah, walking
under the influence.
a lot better than he was driving.
Yeah. And he complied very quickly. He popped out of the car, lifted up his shirt. He'll be in cuffs soon there.
Yep. Yeah, they lifted the shirt there, wanted to make sure there were no weapons in his waistband or anything like that. And here we go. So now they're going to, come to the car, make sure that there's nobody else inside. We didn't see anybody in the passenger seat. They want to make sure there's nobody in the back seat or the trunk area. And once they clear it, then we will officially have it all clear here in Van Nuys.
All right. Well, that's one pursuit where we know that they have the suspect in custody. Oh, they're patting him down even more.
And off he goes,
right? Make sure nothing hidden there. Yep. Nothing hidden in the waistband or in his shorts or anywhere else. And so now we will see them come up and clear the vehicle, and